Okay, we're going to finish up by actually getting the motherboard ready to mount. So after you've installed the mounts in all four positions, the next step is to drill the holes to mount the motherboard to the mounts. So to do that, you will have 3 drill guides that come with your kit. The reason why you don't have 4 is because you can just use this piece twice. So what I'd recommend is using like a silver or gold or some kind of paint marker to just make a dot in the center here for each one of these where the hole that you need to drill is going to line up. So let's go ahead and start by just putting this in the position. And you want to make sure your motherboard is perfectly installed in the factory positions and is lined up, because this was designed to work based on the way that that sits. So let's just go ahead and make a dot here. And be very careful when you remove it, because the paint pins sometimes bleed or move around or transfer. But so now we have several marks that we can use to line up. And then what we'll do is the next one is this piece here, and that just lines up the same way. And we'll come down here right onto this board, and this lines up the same way the actual mount did. Just put a dot. Okay. And finally, we'll do the other one. And this one's a little trickier, but it has this longer piece, and if you can kind of see it, there's an arrow pointing up, and that's where you want to face, and it just goes right in the corner. It goes all the way flush to the corner, and boom, just throw that little dot down and lift up carefully. And that is an example of having too much paint. So we can wipe that off and try again with some rubbing alcohol. And again, these markers don't take much to mark, so just don't go too crazy with the paint pen on there. All right, we'll do the same thing, and we'll make our little mark. Just a quick little dot. And just quickly lift and remove. There we are. And you can see now we have 4 marks, and really at this point you just want to go ahead and drill out the holes with a pilot hole, and then 1/4" bit, or that step bit makes a nice piece as well. So I will go ahead, and I'd recommend taking a piece of wood and clamping it to the back side of this board before you drill your holes. So I will drill out the holes and show you how it looks next. And now we have drilled all 4 holes for our motherboard mount, and you can see that the material does flake off and tear pretty easy, so be careful. You could use some painter's tape to help with that, but then go ahead and take your bolts that you get, which are these 3/4" Phillips head, and they also come with some washers, which is a good idea to kind of spread the load out a little bit, grab more of this material so it doesn't, you don't want it to tear and rip through. The nice part about the Alice frame mounting to this board is that it also has, you'll have the screws for the factory pieces that attach as well. So I mean, this thing is really going to be quite strong. And you can use just a Phillips driver to finish the install. Again, you can also put in some thread locker to really help secure that down. But you'll see that this really kind of grabs. Board, and I would definitely hand tighten this. I would not use power tools. Get that one. And we'll get the last one over here. And there we have it. All 4 of the motherboard mounts are installed and secure. And now you can complete the next step of your project, which most likely for most people is going to be to mount an Ellis frame. And I will also be working on an Ellis frame kit to do that as well. But that would probably just mount up a couple pieces down here and one up top. And that should do it. Again, thanks for watching, and if you bought one of my kits, thanks for your purchase. I really appreciate your support. I basically use a lot of the support to continue this and also give back to the fandom and support other vendors as well. Thanks for watching.